Sometimes it's really fun running this computer and stuff, and all your apps kind of freeze. Okay, part one, story four, birthday of a world. It's still early on the third day of creation week. There has been a very great earthquake. Land has mysteriously risen out of the ocean. Islands of all sizes and shapes appear. Majestic mountains, rolling hills, and loving beaches are to be seen where before there was only sea. Yet there was nothing. Yet there is something, not matter. Something. Okay. Yet there is something the matter. The land looks dark and barren, save for bright, bright glittering patches of here and there of precious metal lying around on the surface. There's not a tree, nor a bush, or a blade of grass anywhere. Suddenly God does not intend that anymore anyone shall live in a place like that. This right here puts me in the imagine of this. I like to refer to movies. This refers to this desert scene that I've seen on certain on a movie, and then this scene of this one TV show uh, during the Bad Wolf episode. That's all I'm going to say about that. This one, and that they were at an ocean and nothing but there was rocks and stuff. And I think it was in this other movie I just watched too, something similar to it. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back. Wait a minute. It's too soon to judge. Listen, God is speaking once more. The same wonderful voice which said, "Let there be light," now commands, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, those seeds in whose seed is in itself upon the earth." Now look, what a transformation. Look at all those hills. They are barren no more. They turn into vivid green, and that's where that page ends. No illustration. From one side to another, they are covered with grass, bushes, trees. Look at the mountains. These See those gorgeous pines, cedars, redwoods reaching clear to the top of the highest peak. The fields, what beauty! Look at all those flowers, masses of them, of all kinds and colors. We look, they look like living carpets laid over the whole countryside. Buttercups, daisies, poppies, marigolds, bluebells, and daffodils, hollyhocks, and snapdragons, geraniums, delphiniums, delphiniums, funny name, orchids and begonias, roses and lilacs. How did God think of so many? And how marvelous He made them all, each with its own delicate design, its own special color and fragrance. All the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed from its kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was it after itself, after its kind. And the Lord and God saw that it was good. I want to say Lord because I think in the book it says Lord. Well, the one book version I got. Okay, let's get back to the story. It was. It must have been very, very good with God as the designer and maker of it all, and he's so pleased with it. The Bible says that all things were created for his pleasure. And I like to think that he enjoyed himself making all these plants and flowers and trees, each one different from all others. And then giving all the power to reproduce each all of its kind through all through all time to come. God's reason, maybe switch to a smaller one, a smaller marker, but because it keeps hitting his mouth. Okay. God seemed to have been specifically interested in trees yielding fruit, or as we would say, fruit trees. With what care he made with the apple tree, the plum tree, the pear trees, the orange trees, the lemon trees, the avocados, and all the rest. I took the tree part out of the avocados because it's kind of redundant. And you got to think, this is 1953. Yeah, 1953 I'm reading from, and we're here in 2000 and something. This thing. Okay, let me get back to it. Avocados and all the rest, each with its own chose fruit. And I think I can see him moving from one tree to another, perhaps even tasting it, and saying to himself, "Oh, he'll like this, and I'm sure he will, and this and this." Ooh, foreshadowing. Who's he talking about? That who God said he would like this? Let's see. Well, let's keep reading. We'll find out. A lot of foreshadowing in this. Okay, let's get back. For God was not thinking of himself, but of someone else. Someone who at the moment exists only in his mind, but who soon would be real, living being, someone whom he was planning to give all this beauty, loveliness, and all the wealth of treasure and delight. Hmm, It is foreshadowing. All the silver, all the gold, silver, and precious stones that sparkle and glitter amid the grass and the flowers, all the bountiful provisions of nuts, fruits, and grains, all the glory of this wonderful new world, all for him, to make him happy, to cause him to turn with loving adoration and thankfulness to his Creator. The world was nearly ready for him. Nearly, but not quite. There's a few more things that were to be done. And evening and morning, the third day. And yes, these pages have an illustration. Big illustration. And that was part 1, part 4. Now we'll go to part 5. But give me a second. I gotta set this up.